The holidays bring joy and thanks, residents give the gift of life, the new community center begins construction, and ghosts and goblins have a scary good time. These stories and more are coming your way as Lawndale Living begins right now. Hello and welcome to Lawndale Living, the show that features everything Lawndale. I'm your host, Anita Callett-Berry. One of the biggest changes you probably won't be noticing will be your trash. The city of Lawndale has entered into a new franchise with the city's current trash hauler, Consolidated Disposal Services. The city and Consolidated will be integrating some new changes as we move into the new year, including new trash, recycle, and green waste containers, as well as providing residents more options.
You will have a choice of trash service in the city of Lawndale. You will have a choice between the 96-gallon container, a 64-gallon container, a 35-gallon container. The 96-gallon container is approximately about 48 inches high. Its capacity is about 336 pounds that you could actually fill this in. The 64-gallon container, which we call the default size container, and I'll explain that in a little bit. It's also pretty big. This is 48 inches. This is about 42 inches high. The 35-gallon container, its capacity is about 116 pounds in weight. Pretty light. All of them have wheels. All of them will be able to tilt and go. If you're 65 or older and qualify for the senior citizen discount, you will get an additional 15% off of that rate. Besides the new trash carts that you will receive, you will have a choice also of receiving 2 free recycle blue containers of 64 gallons. You will be able to get an additional green waste container of 64 gallon if you choose to.
If you have any questions regarding your service or just want to find out more, you can call the Consolidated Disposal Service customer service number at area code 1-800-299-4898. And speaking of doing our best to keep the city clean, the city's anti-graffiti task force continues its efforts to battle this public nuisance.
As always, we're trying to really get the public involved and increase public awareness about graffiti and the problems that it creates for the community. We went out at the end of October with a group of volunteers and people from the graffiti task force, and we walked up and down Hawthorne Boulevard and contacted the business owners and told them what to do about graffiti, how to report graffiti, gave them some resources for removal of graffiti. In addition to the city's crews. We also provide graffiti safe wipes to any community member that would like them, whether they be a business owner or if they're a resident of the community. Graffiti wipes can remove graffiti from any smooth surface, for example, from poles or signs or from fencing. It'll remove ink pen and any kind of paint or things like that. They can come to any counter at City Hall and get a box of graffiti wipes to use on their property. Graffiti removal in the community is always done by our graffiti removal crew, so they can contact the graffiti hotline at 310-973-3264 for graffiti to be removed even from private property. The graffiti crew will do that as long as they have the property owner's permission. The City Council is very supportive of the city's efforts to remove graffiti. This is one of their #1 priorities. They have a full-time crew that works on graffiti removal, actually more than full-time, 7 days a week, 8 hours a day. There's a graffiti removal crew. They've also formed the Anti-Graffiti Task Force, which is made up of community members, people from the local school districts, and city staff and the Sheriff's Department. And our job is mainly to increase awareness about graffiti and the city's graffiti efforts. And then in January, we'll be doing another graffiti wipeout event. We're planning for January 15th just after the new year at 9 a.m. We'll be meeting at the vacant lot at the southwest corner of Hawthorne and Manhattan Beach to do a community-wide graffiti wipeout. We're hoping to get lots of volunteers for that event.
If you see graffiti, you can report it anonymously on the city's graffiti hotline at area code 310-973-3264. And if you see someone doing graffiti in progress, do not approach them. Instead, you can call the LA County Sheriffs at area code 310-219-2750. The city recently held a blood drive here at the City Hall, and Lawndale residents stepped up to the plate in a very big way.
The Red Cross is the #1 non-using blood collection agency in the United States. They provide blood to using agencies for people who need the blood or blood components.
It's a really gratifying experience. It is easy for me to save 3 lives simply by just checking in and donating blood. The fact that it's really easy to help save 3 lives, that's important for me.
It's my first time, yes, it is my first time. I thought about doing something in my life for somebody else or they need something, you know. As human beings, we should be doing something for everybody, you know, not just for ourselves.
You should just come out and donate blood. You might need it one day, so when your family might need it, it's very, very, very important.
It's the best gift that you can give any people.
When they send me the text to come donate blood, I will be there.
Having the blood drive alongside the Lawndale Certified Farmers Market gave many Lawndale residents the opportunity to make a big difference. Lawndale residents were able to help the Red Cross save 69 lives by giving 23 units of blood. We salute Lawndale blood donors who helped maintain a safe and stable blood supply for people in need. The city of Lawndale recently held its annual Halloween haunt at Alondra Park, and there were lots of scary monsters having a wonderful and safe evening. Our field correspondent Parmjit Hara was there to find out some of the gruesome details.
I was working in the lab late one night.
On this Halloween, there's no better place to be than right here at Alondra Park to enjoy the annual Halloween Carnival.
And suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
This is our annual Halloween event, and we hold it every year. And this year it's at Alondra Park, so we have a costume contest, and we do a haunted house, which is really popular. We have food vendors, and we have face painting booths. It's free to the public, and we provide a lot of games and activities for the kids, free of charge. They love that it's a safe atmosphere, and it's a healthy environment for them to be around kids their same age, so they love it.
Halloween is one of the most exciting days of the year for kids of all ages.
It's really awesome. I love Halloween.
Can you tell me what you're dressed up as today?
I dressed up as a pumpkin spice. Batman.
Michael Jackson.
Snow White.
Angelica, can you tell me what you're doing at Alondra Park today?
We came with the kids to Halloween party. You know, they came to pick it all the candy, play, go to the hunting house, and have fun. That's it.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Reporting for Lawndale Living, I'm Parmjit Hara.
Monster mash.
And do my graveyard smash.
Then you can mash.
The event was well attended and fun was had by boy and ghoul alike. If you'd like to find out more about this wonderful event or any of the other great recreational programs here at the City Hall, give us a call at area code 310-973-3270 or visit us on the web at www.lawndalecity.org. One of the biggest developments happening in Lawndale is the new community center. Construction is underway and you should be seeing some very big and exciting changes. Our field reporter Catherine Chen files this report.
As you can see behind me, construction for Lawndale's new community center is underway and is scheduled to be open in late 2011. City officials and residents alike are excited about this new facility.
Oh gosh, it's a very exciting time. I mean, the city has always had a lack of resources in terms of building space and programming space for youth programs, contract programs, teen programs, seniors, adult programs. So it's very, very exciting.
A number of years ago, the City Council began planning for a bigger, newer community center. They looked around at a lot of different sites, different city-owned properties around town, and they decided that the parking lot across the street, the parking lot behind me, would be the best site for a new community center. They wanted something near City Hall. They wanted to give Lawndale a center, a place where the community comes to have that sense of where downtown Lawndale is.
We're looking at several different programming aspects. Lawndale has not really delved into the teen program so much, but we're looking to expand a lot of the teen programs, to expand adult programs, to maintain the senior programs, to probably increase educational opportunities, computer classes, educational classes for kids after school, and just fill that building with programming, as much as possible.
While the city hired Robert Coffey and Associates to design the new center, it also received input from a special group of people.
But it wasn't really designed by the architect and the City Council. It was designed by the community. The architect and the City Council had more than 20 meetings with community groups. They met with students at each high school. They went out to community events such as the Christmas tree lighting, and they talked to residents about what they'd want in their community center. They talked to seniors, they had special meetings, and after these 20 meetings, the architect had a really good idea of what activities would be in our community center and what sort of things people would want to do.
Construction manager Robert Godfrey explains the physical aspects of the building.
In this particular building's case, some people would refer to it as a podium structure because the first level, which is your parking level, has masonry walls and then a concrete podium that's poured over the top of those masonry walls. And then from there, we erect the second 2 levels of the building, which are made out of structural steel.
The one aspect of the building that's really attractive is the 4,000 square foot multi-purpose room, which can be divided into 2,000 square foot programming spaces, but we anticipate that room being rented out for major functions on all weekends.
While the plans for the building are impressive, the financial side is equally so.
The redevelopment agency sold $20 million in bonds, enough money to build this community center, also to improve some of our parks, and to do a lot of other recreation improvements in town.
Being green is also an integral part of the city's future development.
This building will be LEED Silver. There are a number of things that we have to do to get that. We have to design a building that will be energy efficient. It will not use a lot of water. Many of the materials that go into the building, some of them may be recycled or ones that are sustainably produced.
Another portion of this project is the street improvements that will happen along 147th Street, which, I think it'll certainly change the look as you drive into Lawndale. As you turn off of Hawthorne Boulevard and you're headed towards City Hall and past the community center, it'll have a very different look than what people see now.
For Lawndale Living, I'm Catherine Chen.
If you'd like to find out more about the community center, give us a call here at the City Hall at area code 310-973-3200 or visit us on the web at www.lawndalecity.org. We will continue to follow this story, so be sure to keep tuned in to Lawndale Community Television in the coming months. And now it's time to take a look at some of the great events and programs coming your way in the coming months with the Lawndale Living Community Calendar. Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of Lawndale Living. If you'd like to find out more about any of the programs you've seen on the show today, give us a call at area code 310-973-3200 or go to the city's website at www.lawndalecity.org. And if you have an idea for an upcoming episode of Lawndale Living, or if you have any questions, you can give Lawndale Community Television a call at area code 310-973-3259 or visit us on the web at www.lawndalecity.org. I'm your host, Anita Callett-Berry. We'll see you next time.